Each week, we take a moment, sit down, and talk about things going on at the road in what we call the Road Detour.
Ready? Switch.
Oh.
I told you I knew exactly what I was going to do. Grace was like,
Brother, ew. Brother Rick, ew.
Switch. I knew how to do it where you didn't have time to think. All right. So welcome to the Road Detour. And we're off and running.
We're off. You said, welcome to the Road Detour.
All right. Do we need to start this again?
ready.
Nope, we're rolling.
We're good? Okay.
We're going with it.
All right. So we got some table topics.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
All right.
All right.
If you were a doctor, which specialty would you choose?
I've thought about this because I have seen every episode of Grey's Anatomy. I would definitely be an OB.
Like an Obi-Wan Kenobi or...
OB-GYN. Like either a nurse or a doctor. I love babies. I love
Okay.
mamas and babies. I think it would be fun.
ER.
can
I
see
like
that.
Trauma.
fast pace.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
To make decisions and
You're
move.
intense. That would work well.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the trauma doctors on Grey's Anatomy are intense, so
Yep.
it would work.
Okay, I know your answer to this one. What's your favorite breed of dog?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, it used to be Labrador Retrievers.
Yeah, but it's
it
not.
was. Then it was the bully breeds, the pit bulls and the bulldogs. Our favorite dog of all time, though, actually was a Shih Tzu.
Really?
It really was. Named Toby.
I had one named Maggie, R.I.P.
They're
She had an
smart
underbite.
dogs. Yep.
Yeah.
You
We
know some
painted her
people-
nails.
Yep.
I like those dogs. I also like whatever the heck my dog is now. She's half Sheltie, we know, and I think she's half fox. She's cute.
Half fox?
Yeah. She's like got a red color. I think so.
Okay, one more. What's your favorite month of the year? I know what Grace's is.
Come on,
Why?
Grace.
What?
Come on.
It depends. I can go through every month and tell you something I like about that month. I'm not going to say that.
Grace.
No, it's just-
You need to be honest with your people.
I would say,
Your fan base wants to know.
you know, my favorite month of the year has to be, I love December.
Knew it.
I love when it's kind of chilly outside. You get to wear your Christmas sweaters. Christmas is obviously coming and in season. And I don't know. I love it.
Have been, always will be a big Christmas fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then I like fall just as a season, but that's more than 1 month.
And I like the in-between seasons, fall and spring. And we've had like quite a bit of spring this year, which I appreciate. We haven't had too many blazing hot days yet. Sometimes by the time you get to the end of April, it's like already 100 degrees.
Right.
And it's annoying.
Right.
It hasn't been too bad yet.
But the most active season at Choctaw Road Baptist Church is...
Summer. You know, people, it's everybody, as long as I can remember, goes, oh, yeah, summer's a down season. Summer is not a down season for church.
No, it is not.
It is not. We have
And,
a full calendar.
You know, earlier, Rick, we were talking about how I can be your resource for Disney song references. And there's actually a really good song when it comes to this. And it is in summer, thanks to Olaf the Snowman. And we've got a lot of things to look forward to when it's going to be summertime here at the road.
So tell me the first thing coming this summer.
The first thing coming this summer is VBS. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I'm behind. Slow class.
We're going to start the party at VBS this year. And this is going to be June 3rd through 6th. We start at 9 a.m. We'll end at 11:30. That's Monday through Thursday. On the preschool side, go ahead. You in between all the details. We're going to have the preschool side, which is for our 3-year-olds. We ask that they are 3 before VBS starts and potty trained. That's important. And all the way to our kindergartners. And then Dustin's side will have the completed 1st and 2nd graders.
So I don't come to church. Can I still bring my kids to VBS?
Absolutely. So
How do I sign up?
we will have a registration link. Natalie's actually working on a Google form right now to send out for parents to pre-register their
What
kids.
kind of form?
A Google form. But you can just show up and bring your kids. So if, June 2nd, you're like, oh gosh, I forgot to do that. That's okay. Show up at 8:30 on June 3rd.
Kids have a great time. They have a great time. So
It's a lot of fun.
We start June with VBS. Then we go to...
Well, then some other point in June, I know the youth are going to Mission Arlington. that's going to be fun. And
Okay.
then we travel down to July. And
Well, we have Super Summer about the same time as we
Super
have
Summer,
Super Summer
yep.
is the same time as Mission Arlington. I
very
believe.
same time. And then we go down to July and we'll have our
Pause.
celebration.
Yeah, yep. I thought you were going to skip it. Yep. 4th of
Celebration
July.
of freedom.
Yeah. You don't want to miss it. Lots of fireworks, lots of food. We're actually going to do some stuff a little differently with food this year, so you don't want to miss that.
Oh, I'm so
July
excited.
3rd, right?
July 3rd, Wednesday
Which-
night.
It's
Yeah.
a Wednesday this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Works out good for us.
Yes.
Don't have to plan anything else in the week. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I like that event a lot because of the outreach it provides for our community.
Yeah.
And just
It's
gives our
fun. It's a good
fun
connect event. Yeah.
Yes. It just gives our people the opportunity to look at their neighbor and be like, hey, like hop in the car, let's go down to my church and we're just going to sit there. I can introduce you to some people and we're going to have a good time and watch some fireworks.
Sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Camp Edge.
Camp Edge, that's the next thing. And I have a registration packet here. You can pick these up either in the children's area or in the youth area as well. In it, there is a little pamphlet, tells you all about Camp Edge, where it's going to be, what it's going to be about. And on the back of it, there is a QR code that you can scan to register your kids online. There's some of those also around the church.
You get the discount if you register early.
Yes.
Yes.
We're still in pre-registration.
Yeah, till June 26th, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be in pre-registration for a long time. So make sure,
Hey, do you know who's speaking at Camp Edge?
I
do too.
we had to
Two
kind
speakers.
of,
There are two speakers.
there's one main speaker.
And there's another main speaker.
And there's another speaker.
Yeah.
You're looking at him.
Not to toot your own horn, but
There it is. There it is.
So
Yeah.
I'll be speaking nighttime session. Grace will be speaking at the daytime session.
Daytime sessions.
Yeah.
We're excited. You're working on your messages now.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
No excuses.
No excuses.
None.
No excuses. None of them. And we're going to be talking about Moses this year at camp. And again, going through his life and seeing the excuses that he had and how either he overcame them, how the Lord helped him through them.
Right.
And how ultimately in our lives.
And we all have excuses.
We all do.
Every one of us do. So, and we had a great time. It's one of the best camps I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
is.
We're really excited. And this is this is going to be July 23rd through July 26th. That's a Tuesday through Friday this year. We've kind of switched up the timeline as far as the days of the week go. And again, you can pick up a packet. You can scan that QR code. I know it's definitely down by the children's area right above the packets, but you can also head to TheRoad.tv/Camp Edge. Camp Edge, right?
Yep.
Okay. And find the link to register your kids there. Again, if you want your kids to go to camp, just sign them up now. Just go ahead and do it. Get it locked away. Get that checked off your list. Again, this is for our completed third graders all the way up to our completed eighth graders. And what I love about how we have organized our summers is at the very beginning of the summer, VBS, that's for our 3-year-olds to completed second graders. That hits like the majority of kids that will have memories of their summers and summers at church, all 3-year-olds all the way up to our second graders. Then our 3rd through 5th graders, the top dogs of our children's area, the leaders, they get to go to camp, which is so fun. Gives everybody an opportunity to invite their friends, for their parents to invite their neighbors. And then our middle school obviously get to go to Camp Edge with us. And a few weeks before we go to Edge, the high schoolers are going to be going to Falls Creek.
It's a summer full. It is. My
Summer
grandson's
full.
going for the first time to Camp Edge. He's pretty
I'm
excited.
so excited for Jonah to
Shout
be
out
there.
to Jonah.
Yeah. Jonah, we know you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Anything else?
Let's think.
Summer series, summer sermon series. So we haven't even talked about that. We're doing 2 through the summer, 2 main series. We're doing a BRP summer where we will be preaching through a selected passage from the upcoming week's BRP reading. So if you're doing the BRP with us,
Yeah.
if we're in the book of Romans, we'll choose a chapter and we'll preach on a section of scripture from that chapter in the upcoming week, so that you're kind of got a preemptive
A
view
precursor.
of what's coming. Yeah. What's coming. Then we're going to do games people play. It's going to line up with the Olympic Games for the summer. We're going to pull the plugs out on this and do some really fun stuff for about 6 weeks, talking about games people play from scripture, but we're also going to be having a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah. It's because what do you do in summer? You have fun.
That's right.
That's the point.
That's right.
And let me just encourage you, if you've been intimidated by the BRP, maybe you've gotten off track with it. I know there's been some weeks that I just miss a few days and I feel this pressure to read every chapter, journal about it all, to get
Well, you
caught
don't
up.
get that go to heaven if you don't.
Yeah. Listen, the pastor may be saying that, but that was a joke. You might not be able to see it on his face. That was a joke. But before we enter this BRP series this summer, I encourage you just to hop back in wherever you are. The cool thing about scripture is that while it is all one consistent story, and that's how we're reading it with our BRP plan, it's also something that if you start today, you can get something out of it just today.
Right.
And especially with our sermons lining up about it, you'll get a lot more out of it if you're in scripture every day and then hearing about it again on Sunday.
Thank you for being part of Road Detour today.
Thank you for letting me.
Real quick, do you want to spill the beans on what you're working on for BRP?
What I'm working on for BRP. Oh, you want to?
You know, it's kind of a big deal, and
this is 2 years from now, right?
It's coming out in like 2 years, but I think prayer through this process as you're working through this is pretty big
and very powerful. And you're totally right. It's been a long process, and
it's changed course.
Yeah, we're changing course.
So we follow the Foundations book. And we wanted to do Old Testament for our children, and there wasn't an Old Testament resource available. And we asked Grace to think about writing it 2 years in advance to start writing it.
Because we'll be doing the Old Testament again in
2026.
Yeah.
And then we've met with our staff, and we started working on it. And we think that what we're going to pursue church-wide in 2026 is 52 stories. Mm-hmm. That the Bible connect the major stories, because a lot of our people don't know the major stories of Scripture. And we'll spend a week in stories with our families. Mm-hmm. So Grace is heading up that project. Our whole staff will be involved, and we will actually write this material and put it in book form.
Yeah. And the way that we are planning to format it, we're still tossing around ideas. Our hope is to get from these 52 stories, give you an opportunity to still be able to dive deep into scripture as an adult, give our kids an opportunity to be able to dive deep as far as they are able to, and then also provide our families opportunities to have further discussion, further questions, but even just the fact that we're going to continue to allow our families to be on the same page in scripture every day is really exciting.
Well, it is, I'm trying to think of a illustration. It's almost like a buffet. Mm-hmm. So our family gets together, and we've got everybody from little bitty babies all the way up to my mom's 90. Mm-hmm. And when our family gets together and you put the food out, not everybody eats the same thing, right? Not everybody needs the same thing. Not everybody can process the same thing. Yeah. So what you do is, although it's one meal, there are multiple choices of food so that everybody gets something. Reading God's word's like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No matter what you read, there's something there for every level, for every person, no matter what their spiritual appetite might be.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. The buffet BRP is coming to Choctaw Road.
2026. Yes. Hey, thank you guys for joining us today. Short, a little bit different today. This Sunday in our worship folder this week, not just this Sunday, we're going to be using a lot of QR codes about specific ministries at the church. If you miss something, check those QR codes out. Get the children's QR code, preschool QR code, men's ministry, women's ministry. Every ministry will have a specific QR code that will put you in the loop to have information texted.
Text to you.
Text to you or texted to you?
Texted it.
Texted it. Text to you.
Sent to you by phone. Sent to you by phone whenever there's an event coming, so that you'll never miss anything.
And listen, this is a great time to do it. It's before summer. There's
That's
a
right.
lot going on this summer.
That's right.
Get on those text threads before all these camps start happening.
Hey, thank you guys. We love you. We'll see you at church this week.
Oh my goodness.